Ariana Grande shocked the world when she divorced from her real estate husband, Dalton Gomez, who I personally think looks a lot like Pete Davidson if he wasn't from New York, and began dating yeah, SpongeBob. Well, at least from the Broadway musical, Ethan Slater. And right away, the two began to get instant hate because of the rumored cheating that happened. And long story short, the two were in a different relationship and started hanging out and having double dates with their previous partners, and ultimately broke things off and ended up together. They've been quite quiet about their relationship, but one person who was Ethan's ex, Lily J, has welcomed their son back in 2022. But a year later, filed for divorce and began dating Ariana, and people have even compared Ethan to looking a lot like Ariana's brother Frankie. And let's take a look to compare, and let's take a guess on which one's Ariana's brother versus Ethan Slater. I'm gonna be completely honest, they look a lot like a different font of each other, or at least a mirror reflection. Well, if you guessed Frankie was on the left and Ethan was on the right, ding ding ding, you got it right. And one Reddit user wrote, Ethan is slightly more punchable, I think it's his bob teeth. That was not my words, but another user also wrote, they look like identical twins who have made a pact to look different from one another to little success. Like, I see the similarities, and identical, maybe a little bit. Plus, others have been saying Ariana's been slowly morphing into Ethan, but I'll let you be the judge of that. And another celebrity couple that keeps getting in trouble is Kanye West and former Yeezy employee Bianca Censori. As controversial as Kanye is, this relationship just makes things worse, as many believe he is using Bianca like a prop in order to humiliate and get back at Kim. She looked a lot like Kim before dating Kanye, as we can see here. The hair, the style, the body, they were all similar. But once Bianca began dating the rapper, she completely changed her appearance. She's blonde now, has short hair, and many even noticed Kanye has completely changed her style, as she often wears sheer clothes that basically show off her entire body. And this couple has even gotten banned from a company in Italy after being photographed on their boat doing questionable activities, and that went viral. From the moment Selena Gomez made it public that she began dating Benny Blanco, the comment section went crazy. And they started to compare Benny Blanco to Pete Davidson, as they don't understand how he pulled such a beauty like Selena. And of course, beauty is suggestive, and months after hinting towards a new crush, it was finally confirmed in December of 2023. So first, she liked the celebrity post page about the rumors surrounding her and Benny, and then the same account posted that Selena liked their previous photo, and Selena even commented facts to confirm she is indeed dating Benny. Plus, let's take a look to see what she added on her story. She looks all cuddly and comfortable, but I can't stop staring at his zebra shirt. There's so many zebras. And when people commented about Selena's new relationship, calling Benny words like unhandsome, Selena would defend her man and write back with, I feel bad for you. And in another comment, even added he's better than anyone else she's ever been with. So although many Selena fans are just happy she's happy, others are critical. But like Selena once said, it comes naturally when you're with me, baby. Gypsy Rose was sentenced to prison after being involved in her mother's passing and gained huge media attention as she was recently released, and some are happy for her because of the motives behind her actions years ago, as she suffered from Munchausen syndrome by proxy. But since she was released, her husband Ryan has been getting hate, and many have been comparing his looks to Gypsy's mother Dee Dee, as we can see in this photo. The two side by side are honestly quite similar, but she wasn't afraid to defend her love in his Instagram comments, telling him not to let the hate get to him because they're just jealous he's got a fire D. Her words, not mine. Okay, for a period of time, I'm pretty sure I couldn't search for football scores or news without seeing anything about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And this made many fans, I should specify and say football fans, mad because there were so many comments about how she's just using him for a new album. But the majority were mad that too many broadcasters were mentioning Taylor Swift and would cut away to the game, which made them feel like it was destroying it. I don't know, I don't really watch football. Chris, the producer, what do you think about this?
Actually, I don't watch football.
Oh, well, you can let us know if you watch football, but besides all that, her fans seem to be very happy for her, as they've been sharing clips of him attending her shows, and according to both their families, they've never seen them happier. Have you ever seen that girl who went viral for dressing up as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce as a couple's costume years before they actually began dating? Because that girl and her boyfriend should buy a lottery ticket. Have you ever adopted a child and years later decided to marry them? Yeah, it's weird, right? Because this is exactly what Woody Allen's relationship with his own stepdaughter is like. In fact, he ended his 10-year affiliation with his wife at the time, actor Mia Farrow, in order to pursue his relationship with Soon Yi, which is his adopted daughter. I don't understand how this is allowed, but I don't know, it might just be me. They even appeared on red carpet events together, hand in hand, and if you don't know the story between them, you would assume there is nothing wrong, but the other adopted siblings have claimed disgusting acts Woody allegedly did to them. Definitely a hated celebrity couple, and personally, I think it's a good reason. Anyways, I always see things on my social media that I simply don't care about, and that includes Jada Pinkett Smith and her relationship with Will Smith. And although Jada seems to be what many point their finger towards, calling her a narcissist who overshares information that should be kept private. Whoa, sorry Will, I'll make sure to keep her name out of my mouth once she stops oversharing information that we didn't ask for. But they have ultimately grown as a couple. Many can't stand it, and those who once supported him have even given up on him because of his wife. I mean, the two even had a school back in 2008 called New Village Leadership Academy, which taught curriculum with a technique called study technology, which is a method devised by L. Ron Hubbard, who is the founder of the cult or religion Scientology. But yeah, the couple has been criticized for everything from their relationship to red table talk and their parenting, and of course the Oscars slap. One couple I definitely did not see coming was the romance between Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. The two, who seem to be complete opposites, have been spending time together away from the spotlight, but of course not too far away, because there are photos of the two showing PDA, and this was just surprising to some, with one person asking if this was a prank. Another user wrote, "Tell me how I still don't believe Timothy and Kylie know each other despite there being video evidence now." Here, let's see a photo of the two side by side and see if it's really surprising or not. Oops, wrong one, I meant to show this one. They were kissing and everything, but I think no matter who Kylie dates, they will probably get hate for just being with her. Stormy baby, it looks like Timothy's your new stepfather. Moving on, imagine being with someone for 10 years and once you guys break up, they begin dating someone who you met as a child. Well, Vanessa Hudgens and Austin Butler were long-term lovers before ultimately splitting, which resulted in Austin dating supermodel Cindy Crawford's daughter, Kaya Gerber. She is much younger than Austin and was a fan of Vanessa back when High School Musical was released. Look at the difference. It's so crazy that they didn't know it back then, but both girls would end up dating the same man. And because of this, many have actually begun to have a lack of respect towards Austin. Alexa, play I Gotta Go My Own Way from High School Musical 2. Usually the royal family marries within, but Prince Harry had other thoughts as he married former Suits actress Meghan Markle. But since day one, they have gained a ton of hate, especially due to their public appearances and interviews speaking up against the royal family and making serious claims against them. But over the years, it appears the two have been going strong as they even welcomed a family of their own. But it doesn't seem like they have a very good relationship with the royals themselves, and there's even been videos of the public ignoring Meghan or not liking her. What are your thoughts on this couple? Because I'm honestly quite curious.
Number 10. Justin and Hailey Bieber. Before becoming husband and wife, Justin and Hailey were slowly building up their careers as a musician and a model respectively. They met while Justin was still dating fellow pop musician and former Disney star Selena Gomez, and struck up a secret romance. As Justin and Selena were constantly on and off again, Hailey and Justin became closer and closer with each subsequent split, being friends at first, but eventually they became an official item in 2018. While they were both fairly famous before becoming official, following their marriage, it's arguable that they've risen to a new level of success and recognition, which means people are gonna hate them. Justin was becoming one of the most replayed artists around the world, and Hailey has been working hard in the fashion industry, both on stage and behind a sewing machine. While their relationship may be true love, the fame and recognition that come with it, that come with their celebrity status, will certainly be driving the relationship for the foreseeable future. Number 9. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Despite only being back together for like maybe 2 years, these two have received a ton of online hate, but the way that they behave together on the red carpet doesn't really help the situation. There's a ton of footage from red carpet events and award shows where the couple seem to be having some kind of a heated argument. While attending the premiere of J-Lo's movie The Mother, the couple were photographed and filmed on the red carpet having a very heated discussion that seemed like it was a fight. As the moment cameras flashed, they popped back into smile mode. However, according to a lip-reading expert, these two almost never fight, but they have the most sour faces when they're trying to kid around. The expert broke down this specific exchange, claiming that Jen simply simply asked Ben how she looked, and he responded with, "You look fine." And apparently the rest of the argument was just them being cute, with Ben constantly making sure that she was comfortable and asking her if she wants him closer, to which she said yes please. This is just an example of a couple who seem to be mad on camera and the world is convinced that that's true, but in all honesty they're both just weirdos with very expressive faces. Number 8, MGK and Megan Fox. Megan and Machine first met on the set of Midnight in Switchgrass. For anyone who is unaware, MGK has been slowly making a move to the silver screen, and while it might be in smaller roles, his performances have been anything but. During production of this film, it was forced to shut down due to it being, March in 2020. Need I go on? While everyone flew home, these two decided to keep in touch, apparently being seen walking together only 2 months after the film was shut down. The slew of evidence started to arrive on Instagram that their relationship has been chronicalized since the very beginning for all of us to enjoy, and MGK seems to be a good BF for the most part, so any hate they're getting really is not warranted. This dude painted nails with Drew Barrymore. He's a good guy. Number 7, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Travis and Taylor have been the internet's favorite couple after Travis was spotted attending one of Taylor's Era Tour shows and were solidified when she attended a Kansas Chiefs game, and then 10 more. Taylor has a long list of boyfriends that have either been another step in her journey or the inspiration for an absolute bop. So far, Travis and Taylor are still together, but it took a few weeks of them being together before any legitimate information came to be. Before the relationship was confirmed, it wasn't like they were hiding anything. For instance, only 2 weeks after the rumor started circulating, Taylor paid for an entire restaurant's food just so she could kick them out and keep the restaurant for herself. She was also spotted having a great time at various Chiefs games with Travis's mom, and then left with Travis himself. As the weeks have gone by, she's appeared less and less at his football games, and so far they have stayed out of the news, apart from some stories about Taylor and Selena Gomez having a good time out in the city. But the internet continues to debate of, are these people a good combination? Will this relationship result in a new song at some point in Taylor's life? Who knows, really? The last serious relationship Taylor was in was like 6 years long, and so far it's looking like this might be the case for Travis. He seems like a decent dude, and only someone who knows what they want, and only someone who knows what they're getting into would ever date Taylor Swift. This will either end in marriage and a family, or a Grammy nomination. Number 6, Aaron and Sam Taylor Johnson. Many viewers will recognize Aaron's face. He's been the leading man in several movies over the years, and a strong supporting actor as well, showcased in his recent role as Tangerine in Bullet Train. I can't say the title. In his recent role as Tangerine in the Brad Pitt movie with the title I can't say. In 2009, when he was just 19, Aaron played legendary musician John Lennon in a biopic called Nowhere Boy. The film told the story of a young John Lennon pre-Beatles fame during his adolescence, with a focus on his relationship with his family and his journey to becoming a Beatle. Now, the film was directed by a woman named Samantha Taylor Wood, who was 42 at the time. Samantha is a producer and director, best known for her 2015 romantic thriller 50 Shades of Grey. Call it romantic. It would appear that Aaron's performance as John, particularly the steamy sections, caught her attention in quite a few ways, and the pair started seeing each other on the down low. 2 years later, they got married, and they now share each other's last name, Taylor Johnson, and currently live with their 4 kids in Los Angeles. Happy ending to a happy list. Number 5, Avril Lavigne and Tyga. Now, chill out, what you yelling for? Avril's single now, y'all. The skater boy singer was dating fellow musician Tyga since being spotted together at a Paris fashion show in March of this year, when she had just broken up with her boo Mod Sun. Sounds like an anime villain, and as many do, she decided to jet off to France to seek some comfort. Tyga was also in a similar boat, having split with his ex, Black China, and seeking a similar solace in the fashion world. Their relationship was heavily publicized by themselves, and they were constantly posting pictures and videos of themselves cuddling and just, being close. Recently, the couple decided to call it quits though, but are apparently still friends and talk behind the scenes. Tyga even gifted Avril Lavigne an $80,000 necklace earlier this year. No reason in particular, he just did it. This dude loved her no matter how much it cost, so it's nice to know that they won't be jamming their wealth and PDA down people's throats anymore. Or will they? We shall see. Number 4, Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny. Earlier this year, the musician known as Bad Bunny was spotted on a night out with his boo-boo, Kendall Jenner. the youngest of the Kardashian clan. The two were seen together having a tiff at a Lakers game of all places because they were sitting courtside wearing the skin of their enemies on their boots, aka snakeskin. While the game was mostly filled with smiles and joy, there was a moment before the game got a little bit too heated where it looks like the couple might not be as close as we thought. In a short clip taken from the game, Bad Bunny leans in close to Kendall and whispers something that makes her face go from, "Ooh, I love basketball," to, "This is not the time or place." Now, at first the speculation was that there was just an uncomfortable question being asked and they moved on, but the way that Bunny's mouth is shaped is making many people speculate that he may have just had bad breath and Kendall was getting a whiff of it. The rest of the game was fine and they had a good time, but their faces were never close together again. The internet just went nuts about that one. Number 3, Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. Timothy is slowly building his acting repertoire in Hollywood, and so far it seems to be going really well. He starred as the lead in Dune, and he is going to be in the Willy Wonka movie coming out in like a week, and I'm very excited to see that. It was also recently announced that he is seeing Kylie Jenner basically every week. While the announcement of them being a couple is a little bit out of nowhere and it hasn't been like solidly confirmed, the fact is that Kylie has been co-parenting her 2 kids with Travis Scott, and he did not appreciate the secret. He said that he felt blindsided by the announcement but respects their decisions to move on romantic. This relationship isn't all that recent, however, as it was reported that the two may have shared a private moment during her marriage to Scott. Neither party have confirmed or denied those rumors because, they're rumors, but just seeing these two in a picture together makes us think there's gotta be something, maybe there's something there. They're cute. Number 2, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. Pop star and Broadway giant are set to be in a film adaptation of the Broadway hit Wicked, following the story of the Wicked Witch before the events of The Wizard of Oz. Ariana plays Glinda the Good, and Slater is Bach, the main love interest of the Wicked Witch. Now, it's ironic that Ariana is the good witch in this movie because she appears to have stolen another woman's man. Ethan was married to a woman named Lily J since 2008, and they even welcomed their first child together in 2022. Apparently, Ariana and Ethan fell in love on set and started dating each other behind the scenes. However, an on-set insider shared that information to Slater's wife, who was furious. I wonder why. While the couple have agreed to raise their kid as co-parents, Ethan officially filed for a divorce in July of this year, and the internet will not let it go. And at number 1, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. A lot can be said about these people, so I'll keep it brief. Cheating rumors and dating scandals have followed this couple through their entire relationship. Since the first day they got together, people were convinced that they were in an open relationship, they'd been cheating on each other, just something. And it turns out that that is basically 100% true. Ahead of the release of her book, Worthy, Jada sat down with People magazine to share some inside information, which the most revealing of which was that Will Smith has actually been separated from her for like 7 years. Despite being a happy couple on the outside, the truth is they decided to go their separate ways, emotionally speaking, a long time ago. Since 2016, Jada and Will have just been living in the same house and appearing on red carpet events together, but behind the scenes they just don't talk or do things. Considering the massive size of Will's house, it's easy to imagine Jada just jamming herself in a corner and being like, "This is my spot." She continued to say that she felt pressured into being with Will because it was mainly his idea to get together in the first place, and 2 kids and 1 marriage later, it would appear that Jada finally came to her senses, and I'm really hoping they split up at some point soon, because I don't like that lady. Number 10, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. One fateful night in October 2021, Kim Kardashian hosted Saturday Night Live and starred alongside Pete Davidson in a sketch parodying Aladdin. While the two may have played lovers on stage, even sharing a brief kiss during the scene, the romance continued long after the curtains were drawn, as Kim claimed the kiss gave her a little zing, and a month later her and Pete started being regularly seen together in public, and eventually revealing that they were in fact dating for about 9 months. They were traveling, they were shopping, and raising Northwest, Kim's daughter. Pete even got a tattoo at one point to show his loyalty to the family union, which sounds hardcore for some, but for Pete it's just another Tuesday. All of this is coming off the heels of Kim's recent divorce from rapper Kanye West, which left the three as targets of a media frenzy, and having every moment of their drama posted online for the world to see. After 9 months, the couple split and Pete started dating someone new, but that didn't last very long, as at this year's Met Gala, Kim and Pete had a reunion on the red carpet, and Pete was reportedly seen staring longingly into Kim's eyes as they spoke about their feelings, and he spoke about nothing but vibes between the two. That's cute. But these two getting back together is definitely in the near future. Here's hoping that it's 10 months this time. Number 6, MGK and Megan Fox. Megan and Machine first met in March 2020 on the set of the indie thriller Midnight in Switchgrass. The production was shut down after 2 weeks because of, the world at the time, but long after the camera was cut, the two were still keeping in touch, spending a majority of their downtime together and developing a solid relationship, sort of. You see, Megan was technically married at the time to her husband of 10 years, Brian Austin Green, but was quarantining separately from him. Green posted on Instagram 3 days after Megan's birthday that the pair had in fact been on a break since December of 2019. Their relationship had been rocky from the get-go, being married and divorced twice in 10 years, but that rocky road seemed to lead to MGK as well, as the pair got engaged just under 2 years after meeting. But things took a dramatic turn for the worst in February 2023 when over Super Bowl weekend, Fox suddenly unfollowed MGK's social medias and removed almost all of the photos of them together. She also posted on Instagram, quoting a Beyonce lyric, "You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath," from the artist's 2016 Lemonade song, Pray You Catch Me. Many fans began speculating that there may have been some kind of cheating situation, or that the pair were simply about to split up and never look back, but Fox eventually deleted her post and revealed to insiders that the pair had a fight over the weekend that left them questioning the relationship. The pair are still very much on and off in terms of their relationship, and while they keep in touch and are still trying to work things out, Megan has stopped wearing her engagement ring. So that can't be a great sign. Number 8. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. The pair first met in 2014 when Cabello, a member of the group Fifth Harmony, and Shawn Mendes were opening acts for singer Austin Mahone on his tour. They were often seen backstage engaging in intimate conversations, with Cabello claiming that Mendes was one of the only people on that tour that would ever actually come up and say hi to her. Following the tour, the pair kept in touch, sparking relationship rumors that would continue for about 4 years. They would often post videos of themselves covering love songs together, as well as several photos suggesting that they were always going on excursions or just spending a lot of their free time together. But it wasn't until 2019 that the pair would be spotted by TMZ holding hands and kissing in public at a 4th of July party, and the confirmation was clear. They were inseparable for almost 2 years, posting hundreds of photos of their adventures together and an excess amount of PDA as well. Like, guys, calm down. When suddenly in November 2021, the couple announced that they would be ending their romantic relationship, but that their love for each other as humans was stronger than ever. Okay, whatever that means. 3 months later, Camila revealed the breakup was the result of shifting priorities professionally, but maybe a little breather was all they needed, since at Coachella in 2023, they were seen making out, seemingly back together, or possibly stirring a toxic pot of getting back with your ex when you know it's a bad idea. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Number 7. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. The Smith family has been at the top of the news storm recently after it was announced that Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook talk show Red Table was being cancelled. One topic that was brought up on the series before its cancellation was the revelation of an entanglement, whatever that means, between Pinkett and singer-songwriter August Alsina during a brief break the couple took in the early 2000s. Pinkett was quick to bounce back though after breaking up with Will, entangling with August, and then eventually getting back with Will to continue their marriage. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows though, as the couple still has marital issues to this day. They've been thrown even further under the bus by their own kids, Willow and Jaden, who have called the pair out on their lack of proper parenting skills and for essentially leaving them to their own devices growing up. Together, Jada and Will carry around a dark storm cloud of negativity and spread it to everyone they interact with. So better bring an umbrella, guys. Number 6. Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. This bad romance started in the early 1990s when the two first met at a nightclub, and 6 weeks later they flew to Cancun for a weekend getaway of wholesome family fun, I'm sure, only to be married to each other 96 hours later. Their romance quickly soured, however, when they returned to California to find that a scorned electrician, Rand Gunther, who had recently been fired from a job working for Lee, had procured a certain tape. This tape showed the couple being intimate together, and he wanted them to pay. Anderson and Lee filed a $10 million lawsuit to attempt to prevent the tape from being published, but the suit was eventually dropped. The couple have come clean in interviews, saying that not being able to do anything about the tape was adding way too much stress and frustration to their relationship, and the couple called it quits in 1998. They were on and off over the years, with Anderson even briefly being married to musician Kid Rock in 2007, and Rick Solomon, who was a champion and poker player in 2008. Pam and Tommy would eventually get back together towards the end of 2008, but even moving the family back in with Tommy wasn't enough, because the reunion was very short-lived, as the couple would call it quits for good about 2 years later. Number 5. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. J. Biebs and Selena were Hollywood's young golden couple when they first got together in 2009 after being introduced by their managers, following an interview with Justin where he admitted that Gomez was his celebrity crush. It appeared that the feeling was mutual though, as later on that year on New Year's Eve, Justin appeared in Las Vegas serenading Gomez with his song One Less Lonely Girl, and cuddling up as he did it. Initially though, it seemed like Justin was simply viewed as her best friend, seeing as she once said that she felt like Justin's big sister. Well, in 2010, they were spotted together on a date, and the rest is media storm history. Their relationship became the talk of the town. He even rented out the Staples Center just so the two of them could be alone together on a date. Despite the romantic gestures, Bieber had reportedly started cheating on Selena, and they split. But Gomez is a forgiving type, and the pair have continuously been on and off again for nearly a decade. At one point, they even got back together and moved into the same apartment, only to break up again. Like, immediately. Do you guys know how hard it is to rent a U-Haul these days? Number 4. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Miley admitted to dating her co-star from the film The Last Song in 2010, but the romance has been anything but picturesque. In June of that same year, Miley denied rumors that there had been a split taking place between the pair, but in August, the rumors had been confirmed. The couple was quietly on and off again a few more times before publicly announcing their reconciliation in April 2011. And in 2012, they were engaged, and all seemed to be back on track. But the bad news came in like a wrecking ball as the reports began surfacing of Liam Hemsworth cheating on Miley. Within a few months of the engagement, they announced that the couple had called the wedding off and has since maintained an air of secrecy about their exact relationship. But we have to wonder, does she still got that ring though? Number 3. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is a historical series in the world of reality television. For over a decade, fans have been able to watch the family grow, both literally and figuratively, with the addition of friends, family, and in this case, lovers. Scott and Kourtney's story began where all fairy tale relationships begin, at a famous friend's house in Mexico. In 2006, the pair attended a mutual friend's party at his home in Mexico. A photo from that night shows the two sitting together but nowhere near each other. Disick recounts liking Kourtney almost immediately, but that she wanted absolutely nothing to do with him. But something must have changed in between A and B, as the two appeared as a couple on the series premiere of the reality show in 2007. At first, the family was standoffish, claiming that Scott was immature and that his loyalty meant absolutely nothing. Kris Jenner, Kourtney's mom, even said in one episode that she knew Scott was cheating on her daughter. She just wasn't sure how to go about the situation. Now, Disick denies those claims and reaffirmed his love for Kourtney until he couldn't deny any longer because his sisters, Kim and Khloe, found a series of text messages on an old phone to someone named My Wife. The text revealed he had cheated on her while the family was staying in the Hamptons, and Kim was furious for like a second. A year later, she would announce that the pair were expecting their first child together, seemingly making the whole cheating ordeal water under the bridge. But it didn't stop. Over the years, the couple has split and healed over and over and over, time and time and again, and at one point, Disick even entered rehab with the support of Kourtney, and he still cheated on her. In 2015, another round of allegations came out, and they split, only to get back together again, and then split, and then get back together again. And now they have 3 kids, and have been doing a good job as co-parents. But with Kourtney now married to a musician, Travis Barker, we've got to wonder, is she gonna pull a Scott on this man? Number 2, Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik. In 2015, Gigi Hadid had just split up with boy band singer Joe Jonas and was on the search for a new man that she found in the form of Zayn Malik, a boy band singer. The One Direction singer took an interest in Hadid after standing in on a photo shoot that she was involved with. They spent a lot of time together and became very close. So close, in fact, that in 2016, Zayn would confirm that Gigi was in fact his current girlfriend. They made their first public appearance together at that year's Met Gala, cosplaying as a cyborg knight and the evil witch who rules the land. And not long after, the couple split, only to get back together 5 days later. 5 days. Seemingly back without problems, the couple continued to post lavish lifestyle pics and all seemed well until March in 2018, when the couple announced that they would once again be taking a break. But then the next next month they got back together, and then a month after that they broke up again. Do you see the pattern here, guys? Take the hint, okay? The universe is clearly telling you something. Number 1, Charlie Sheen and Brooke Mueller. For those who don't know, Charlie Sheen is an actor. You may recognize his face from the show 2.5 Men, as well as his performance in the much-loved Scary Movie franchise. After he met Brooke Mueller, his life would forever be changed. The two got married in May 2008, and Mueller gave birth to a set of twin sons the following year. The couple seemed happy, and family life was on the horizon, until the couple got into a heated dispute in Aspen in 2009, and Charlie got handcuffed. He was charged with felony menacing, as well as third-degree assault charges and criminal mischief. Now, most of the charges were dismissed, and Sheen pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault, so he received a sentence that included rehab, probation, and anger management. The couple filed for a divorce, but that certainly wasn't the end of their public fiascos, as they were constantly seen canoodling together and being romantic, despite the fact that Mueller was herself in and out of rehab as well. Way to define long distance, guys, and toxic.
Starting off our list at number 10 today, we have Beyonce and Jay-Z. Back in January of 2015, Beyonce and Jay-Z had anything but a quiet sushi night, as the megastar couple was captured getting into it at Sushi Park restaurant in Los Angeles. In released photos, Beyonce could be seen yelling at her husband. And later, OK Magazine would then speculate that the altercation happened because Jay-Z's non-stop cell phone use during dinner. However, like many mysteries and the fact that the couple usually tends to keep their private life, pretty private, no one can say for sure what the two may have been arguing about. However, this wouldn't be the couple's first public fight, since back in 2014, the couple had an infamous elevator incident that first brought potential difficulties in their relationship to light, and both have explored marital conflict in their albums 444 and Lemonade respectively. But it seems like all is well now, as they continue to gush about each other in interviews, and back in 2017, Jay-Z also said he was really proud of the art Beyonce was releasing, and he also noted that she was amazing. Coming in number 9, Emma Roberts and Evan Peters. Just before Emma Roberts and Evan Peters split for good, the American Horror Story co-stars in 2013 were caught on camera while they had a pretty serious physical fight. While it may have seemed at the time that the two were actually a perfect couple in Hollywood, it was anything but perfect. When the two stars started to make headlines after they had a pretty public fight in Montreal, the New York Daily News would then report that the Montreal police had to attend to the scene after people called in a domestic situation. When the police showed up to the couple's hotel room, they would find Evan with a handful of injuries, which included a bloody nose and a bite mark. The police then opted to arrest Emma on the scene, even after Evan chose not to file charges against her. Although Emma was released, the paparazzi would then capture her breaking down when she learned the news had reached the media. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming in number 8, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. When Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth posed at the LA premiere of the Avengers Endgame in 2019, their red carpet smiles didn't last too long, as the two widely displayed their different styles and tensions between them were pretty palpable. When Miley couldn't stop talking about how she wanted to let her hair down and have a crazy fun night out, Liam was there to support his brother Chris and was hoping to have a fairly chilled evening. And it appears neither of them would end up leaving the red carpet happy at the end of the night, as Miley did Miley, as she was seen vamping it up for photographers, and her Aussie actor hubby at the time grew increasingly uncomfortable, resulting in the famous duo getting into their first major fight as a married couple. And you could even see Liam at one point on the red carpet telling Miley to behave. After the two then walked off the red carpet, Liam would then angrily accuse Miley of turning the premiere into the Miley show, and once the couple got home, a source would then reveal that they got into a big fat argument. And then jump to the day, Miley wrote a song called Flowers that highlights their relationship and how it was never perfect. And it's been number 1 on the billboards for the last 3 weeks, and she even took a jab at Liam in the music video by wearing the suit he wore that night on the red carpet. At number 7, we have Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck. Before Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck decided to go their separate ways, the world was pretty shocked to learn that their marriage was anything but perfect. While there were plenty of rumors in 2015 that suggested Ben had been unfaithful in their marriage with the family's former nanny, after the couple returned home from vacation, a fight would break out shortly after, and this is when they dropped their 3 children off at school. Onlookers would then tell In Touch that Jennifer and Ben were in their SUV when things started to get a little out of hand. They even started to claim that there was lots of gesturing through it all, and the photos and videos captured, you could see Jennifer crying. This is when people started to believe that Ben was making it clear that their marriage was over and that he was going forward with the divorce. Number 6, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. At one point in time, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were Hollywood's it couple, and you couldn't turn around without seeing them mentioned somewhere in the street. But it seems like after the couple filed for divorce and went their separate ways, they have been hitting headlines for some pretty serious accusations. Before the couple ultimately decided to part ways, they would be spotted at Legoland in Windsor, and they would be spotted coming off this ride with their children, and the couple could be seen getting into a pretty serious argument where Brad would be shown touching Angelina's arm before she pulled away and decided to shout in the actor's face while they were in public. The people who captured the photos then said they saw the couple again later, and they looked like they were still arguing sometime later. Number 5, Channing Tatum and Jenna Darwin. While it seems to be a trend of couples meeting on the set of movies and getting together and becoming couples, Channing Tatum and Jenna Darwin were no exception, as the pair started dating shortly after they worked together on the iconic dance movie Step Up. Although it looked like things were going extremely well for the pair, they would show the world that there were signs that things were off for months before they announced their divorce. Jenna would even open up about the couple's last months together in their relationship in her book. This is when she would claim that the two were only hurting each other by staying together. Also leading up to the couple's divorce, the couple were often seen sharing words out in public before heading out and getting snapped by the media in several photos. And after the public arguments, it would seem like Jenna would rather look at her cell phone than talk to Channing. Number 4, Blueface and Krishan Rock. Lately it seems like Blueface and his girlfriend Krishan keep making headlines for all the wrong reasons. If you've been online for the past few months, then you probably have seen the viral videos and tweets of the rappers going viral with the rise of the couple's reality show Crazy in Love. However, while some users view the relationship as entertaining, I think we can collectively agree that their relationship is pretty toxic, as we have seen the two enter into some pretty concerning altercations. The problem with the two is not only that the relationship is dangerous, but it's also harmful for the immediate parties around them. While it seems like Krishan is the main reason behind the couple's toxic relationship, she would go into an interview to come out to address the public's concern about her relationship by saying, "We're just here learning, figuring things out. We met each other how we met each other, but that's it." However, now that Krishan has announced her pregnancy with Blueface, things are only going to get more messy going forward, and that's what is the most concerning part for their fans watching. Number 3, Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman. Like any couple, it's no secret that Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman have endured their fair share of issues throughout their relationship. After all, Keith has used some of their disagreements as inspiration for his songs. While the couple often tends to keep their disagreements away from the media, back in 2016 when Nicole was captured giving her husband a look that no husband wants to see, the internet would go into a frenzy while they tried to figure out what happened. The confrontation would happen when they were at a movie premiere. Insiders would then tell the Daily Mail that things took a turn when Keith got upset over the couple's very busy schedules as they had spent the year apart. Apparently, Keith wanted to return to Australia to be with their family, but Nicole, on the other hand, was just really sick of Keith sulking about them being apart, and she just wanted him to be with her and support her career. Number 2, Rihanna and Chris Brown. Back in the day, Rihanna and Chris Brown had a relationship that made us all raise our eyebrows. Eventually, during their relationship, after headlines started to show that Chris got into a physical altercation with Rihanna, he would eventually be arrested and charged, and eventually the stars would also call off their relationship. Just before, the couple was at a pre-Grammy party when they started arguing in a car. Later, Rihanna would then open up about the altercation in an interview with Diane Sawyer. There, she would claim that their altercation started after Rihanna saw a text from a girl on Chris's phone. Rihanna then said that she knew he was lying and that he knew he had nowhere to turn. However, Rihanna would then go on to note that there had been warning signs that something bad was going to happen long before the incident. Apparently, the more the couple fell in love, the more they both started to realize how dangerous they were for another. Today, Rihanna has used her experience to help other young women going through similar situations. Number 1, Mia Goth and Shia LaBeouf. Just before Mia Goth and Shia LaBeouf decided to split, they had quite a habit of getting caught on camera having these really public fights. Just before the two started dating, Shia actually met and fell in love with Mia Goth on a set of their movie, and eventually they decided to walk down the aisle. While the couple has now gone on their separate ways, they were involved in some pretty high profile and public fights while they were in Germany. In a viral video in 2015, the two could be seen screaming at each other. The footage in that video would then show Shia walking away from the scene and getting into a car as he explains that he didn't want to hurt Mia. Then a source would confirm that apparently when Mia tried to talk to Shia again, he would then respond to Mia by saying he was being pushed and he didn't want to be aggressive. Coming at number 10, we have Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have one of the most toxic relationships Hollywood has ever seen. While the popular A+ reality TV star has built an empire of her own, she truly deserves better, as Travis has been cheating on her since they got together. It seems like Travis has really no respect when it comes to Kylie, and that he uses her to get a rise on his own career. Inside sources have also accused Travis of taking out his bad days on Kylie, and all Kylie does is spend a lot of her nights crying because of her insecurities, and now no matter what she does, Travis still goes and looks elsewhere. While the couple has been on and off since their daughter Stormi was born after the holidays, a source would confirm the pair has now split up once more, and they'll probably get back together again. While Kylie is focused on her kids and her business, she isn't a big partier. However, Travis is a direct opposite, as he likes to party, and they seem to have very different focuses. He also tends to lash out at Kylie anytime cheating allegations rise. At number 9, we have Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Well, it seems like Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth are officially over and there's no chance of the two ever getting back together. But can we just take the time to talk about flowers for a second? For years, people have blamed Miley's behavior for being the destruction of their relationship, and even Liam's family has said some crazy things about her. But when Miley released Flowers, it would tell a different story, and can I just state, the way she shaded Liam Hemsworth is effing iconic. Not only did the song come out on January 13th, which happens to be Liam's birthday, but Miley would leave us some huge Easter eggs that explored her relationship with Liam Hemsworth. Based on fan theories, the lyrics of the song can be viewed as a response to Bruno Mars' When I Was Your Man, which Liam had supposedly dedicated to Miley on their wedding day. Others theories pointed out Liam Hemsworth's infidelity, when fans pointed out the vintage YSL gold dress was a reference to Jennifer Lawrence. The helicopter is a callback to Amanda Bynes, and the shooting location itself is the mansion where Liam brought 14 women to in order to cheat on Miley. Miley can also be seen wearing a black suit in the music video, which has been linked to Liam Hemsworth's suit during the Avengers Endgame premiere, when the Australian actor told her to behave for once. And not to mention, one of the dance moves Miley does can be linked back to a red carpet moment when Liam moves away from Miley when she's dancing up to him, which proves that their relationship was pretty toxic. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming number 8, we have Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. It's clear that Khloe still has deep love for her serial cheater ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson, and it seems after the passing of Tristan's mother, we may see the couple get back together soon, until he cheats again. In an interview with The Sun, Joe Hemmings would suggest that the reality TV star may be getting back together with her ex-basketball player boyfriend despite his multiple infidelities, by saying Khloe has unconditional love for Tristan and wants to maintain a close relationship with him. They have 2 children, so supporting him through a difficult time comes naturally to her. But while she's secretly devoted to Tristan, he needs to wake up and keep his desires and impetuous behavior in check in order to give this another chance. While Khloe is no way an opportunist in comforting him after his mom's passing, but she knows that he'll appreciate her support immensely. Number 7, we have Blueface and Krishan Rock. To say Blueface and Krishan Rock's relationship is most out of control toxic relationship we have ever seen would be an understatement, as it seems like Rock is just off her rocker lately, and now she's pregnant and claiming it's Blueface's baby. And the things between the pair are about to get even more messy. However, shortly after Rock announced her pregnancy, 2 to Blueface. He would take to his social media to deny the claims. He would also demand a paternity test to be conducted as he's officially done with Rock and their on and off again romance. But at the end of the day, Rock is still sticking to the script and claiming Blueface is her man. While Blueface claims the baby isn't his and Rock has been with 10 other men this year alone, Rock would also suggest that he's just being a clown, and she would also say he was just mad because she went on a trip and didn't message him for 24 hours and he thought she was with another man. But just after their split, Rock's announcement of being pregnant, she would then be captured on a video fighting two girls in the street while she tried to get Blueface into her car. Number 6. Christian Bell and Dax Shepard. When Christian Bell and Dax Shepard first met, the two had a pretty toxic relationship. Christian would even say, "First year, you were working your kinks and I loved it. We'd get in a fight because we would fight a lot and I'd yell something, then I slam the bedroom door and then I slam the front door and then I get into my car and I skid out of the driveway and I would sit around the corner in my car and it felt so good. And then I realized how incredibly toxic it was only after he pointed it out." Christian then said that they overcame the issue when Dax put his foot down and told her she couldn't leave in the middle of a fight. Long before the couple actually became the Hollywood it couple, Dax would also sit her down to say that he couldn't have a relationship with her right now because he was dating Christian for 3 months and thought she was wonderful, but then also he was still dating other people. This would lead Christian to feel liquefied, but she respected that he had the balls to tell her that they weren't in the same place. Thankfully, Dax would quickly realize that his now wife was the one, and he would confess, "I don't know what I was thinking. I was dating someone else, but they're just not as interesting as you, and I don't know what I'm doing." However, Belle hasn't let him off the hook and still reminds him from time to time that he broke up with her from time to time. Number 5. Behati Prinsloo and Adam Levine. For the Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine, it took dating someone else to realize that the Victoria's Secret model Behati Prinsloo was the one. But even today, their relationship still seems as toxic as their relationship was when they first started dating, considering Adam keeps cheating on his wife and even told one of his mistresses that he was going to name his child after her. Following the couple's brief breakup, Adam broke it off with fellow Victoria's Secret model Nita Agdel, who he had been dating at the time before he promptly proposed to Behati. On The Tonight Show in 2013, Adam would even say, famous last words, "I'll never get married. I still don't necessarily think you have to get married unless you meet someone that makes you want to marry them. And then when you marry them, it's wonderful." Well, Adam would then end up marrying Behati in 2014 and proceeded to have 2 children with her. That hasn't stopped him from being a womanizer and creating a toxic relationship for the pair to try to fix. Number 4. Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin. The longtime love between Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin experienced a bit of a roller coaster in the summer of 2022, and the two would even announce their plans to divorce in late August. While the rumors started to speculate that Sylvester left his wife Jennifer after she told him not to get a dog, and he got it anyways, he would then replace the photo of his wife tattooed on his arm to a picture of the dog that he adopted. However, in a statement with People after Jennifer filed for divorce, Sylvester would say, "I love my family. We are amicably and privately addressing these personal issues." Fast forward to 1 month later, Sylvester would reconcile with his wife, who hates the new dog, after they decided to meet up at the home and talk through their differences. And now they both seem extremely happy. Well, that's for now until the dog makes Jennifer mad again. Number 3. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Formerly one of the world's most public couples, the pair called off their engagement in 2004, and Ben would move on with Jennifer Garner before making a slew of disses towards Jennifer Lopez. Then fast forward to 17 years later, it seems like the once toxic couple put aside their differences and realized that they were meant to be together after all, as they were now back on and going stronger than they have ever been. Rumors of Jennifer and Ben's relationship first ignited in late April when they were spotted outside of her LA home following her split from Alex Rodriguez. And 2 years later, they enjoyed a getaway to Montana where they were photographed on a romantic drive together on May 8th. By April 2022, Ben and Jennifer would announce that they were really meant to be together this whole time, and then they would announce that they were once again engaged, and in the summer of 2022, they would get married twice. Number 2, Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne. The UK X Factor judge opened up about her relationship status on her talk show, The Talk, putting an end to the speculation that she and her estranged husband had reconciled following the split that came about after the infidelity rumors that plagued the couple. Considering Ozzy is a rock and roll legend, their relationship has always been filled with some pretty toxic things. After all, he is the guy that bit off the head of a bat when he thought it was fake while performing. While Sharon has gone on to say that she does forgive the rock legend for his infidelity, she would also say it's going to take a long time to trust, but we've been together for 36 years, 34 years of marriage. I can't think of my life without him. With that, she would also add a little levity and would call Ozzy a dirty dog for saying that he's gonna pay big time, but considering the wild career he has had and the pretty questionable things he has done, he's already paid big and there's nothing really that can face him at this point. And coming in number 1 today, we have Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. Well, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber seem to be happily married. Before they tied the knot in 2018, Justin and Hailey had to work through a couple of bumps in the road as their relationship has been pretty toxic, considering Justin wasn't able to let go of his ex, Selena Gomez, just yet. Also to Justin, at first Hailey was this crazy fan who he was introduced to by her uncle Alec Baldwin. Before the couple's first split, they briefly dated in 2016, and after they called it quits, they went through this really long period where they couldn't even be friends anymore, which is understandable because he got back with Selena Gomez. However, by 2018, when Justin was officially over Selena, the pair would then be spotted packing on the PDA, and then by the next month they would announce their engagement, and then they even got married twice, the first one being in a courthouse in New York City, and the second time was this beautiful ceremony in South Carolina surrounded by family and friends. But it doesn't quite seem like the couple is fully out of the rocky waters just yet, as they seem to have this really strong tension between the two, and some fans are guessing how long this couple might actually stay married for, and who knows who Justin might just jump back to if they do end up getting a divorce. Selena.
At number 10, we have girl boss Zendaya and her leading man Tom Holland. Now I know, who would have guessed Hollywood's it couple would land on today's list? Well, there is a scary amount of celebrity lovers who've given me a reason to place them in 10th. Still, the majority love this couple and think Zendaya is the one for Tom. Yeah, confusing, I know, but stay with me here. Fans' wishes for the couple to separate stems from a deeply controversial issue surrounding the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The duo originally met on the set of Spider-Man Homecoming, where many netizens quickly stressed their distaste for Zendaya bagging the role of the main character's love interest due to her skin color and her race. Avid MCU fans have endlessly pointed out MJ being a pale white woman rather than a fair-skinned one, with genuine reddish-orange hair as opposed to the artificially dyed look Zendaya obtained for the movie's premiere. The hate only intensified for the actress when the following set of Spidey movies were released, as Zendaya was still rightfully positioned next to frontman Tom as his on-screen lover. Since 2017, they've played love interests, but most recently there have been rumors circulating their potential breakup. However, there's not much theory behind these claims. The couple was first forced to confirm their relationship after the paparazzi exposed them smooching at a stoplight, but before this they were pretty tight-lipped about their romance due to their wishes for wanting privacy. Their last public display of affection was Zendaya's IG post on June 1st for a short but sweet tribute to Tom's birthday. It seems we'll never really know if these guys will ever split for sure, as they seem to be happily minding their business together. Still, one fan said, "While I appreciate Zendaya's BDE and protecting her man, I need them to stop the farce." At number 9, we have former One Direction member and actress Olivia Wilde. Many speculate their relationship to be a PR stunt, and Allison from Distractify wrote, "Harry and Olivia film a movie together, she's the director. And then once filming ends, there are photos of them spreading online looking lovey-dovey. Sounds a bit fishy, no?" The two's romance first came to light when they were spotted at Harry's manager, Jeff's California New Year's weekend wedding holding hands. But it probably doesn't help that the soloist was also cast in Olivia's psychological thriller, and now they're all booed up, does it? Fans worldwide, especially former Directioners, have expressed their utter refusal in regards to Harry and Olivia's blossoming relationship. At number 8, we have Britney Spears and Sam Asghari. Apparently, Britney's teenage sons and ex-husband are upset over Sam assumably avoiding Britney's quote mental issues, and are worried about Britney's mental health overall. Kevin Federline shares 2 sons with Britney and evidently needed to spill the tea on the relationship dynamics of his kids due to his worrying over her trauma. A source discussed with Page 6, quote, quote, Kevin did the interview because he and the boys are upset. They worry that everyone is completely ignoring the fact that Britney is battling mental issues, which is not a secret. Furthermore, the pop star currently married to Sam had a close source of her own brand Kevin's public attempts as pathetic and inexcusable. This is most likely a reference to the humiliation Kevin partook in against his wife when he posted an old video of her and her sons arguing on the gram. Kevin has also once declared his children did not have any desire to meet with their mother at that time. However, a Distractify writer named Kelly Corbett spoke about Britney and Sam's relationship dynamics with, "After all Britney has been through, I just want to make sure he's prioritizing her, and sometimes I feel like all he cares about are his biceps. In short, the vibes are off." At number 7, we have Dance Bomb star JoJo Siwa and her on-again off-again girlfriend Kylie Prue. The two once announced their reunion via Instagram with a Disney World post where they were captured kissing in front of Cinderella's castle straight out of a fairy tale. However, the two split for 7 months prior, and because of this, fans are already foreshadowing another breakup for them in the near future. Some are even wishing it happens now. Rumors of the rekindling were first sparked in April 2022 when JoJo did an extra interview and hinted at how in love she currently was. At that point, speculation that it could be Kylie arose when JoJo purposely left out who it could be, and while many showed support, some were super resistant about them getting back together. Since their breakup in November 2021 left JoJo heartbroken, JoJo did everything from dating Kylie for the first time after a cruise ship in 2019, turning their friendship into something more, and coming out as a member of the LGBTQ+ community following 2 years to reveal her initial relationship. At number 6, we have wife Aniko Parrish and husband Kevin Hart. Now, Aniko has officially decided to remain by Kevin's side after Kevin confirmed his cheating scandal and publicly apologized to his pregnant partner for making a quote bad error in judgment. Aniko has reportedly already forgiven him though. As for his apology video, Kevin explained how he placed himself in an awful situation where only bad things happen, and had crossed the people who were closest to him in the process. There were claims made that Kevin was under threat of extortion, allegedly by a person who claimed they obtained a sexually suggestive video of the comedian and another woman. In turn, Kevin fessed up to his mistakes, and surprisingly, Aniko has since put their scandal behind her. They were later captured having lunch together in an LA neighborhood for the first time since Kevin posted his emotional apology video, making it seem as if no time had passed for them. According to the same insider from earlier, Aniko is quote aware of what's going on and that Kevin is not perfect. She has accepted his apology and is focused on her pregnancy and what's to come. She believes Kevin is a good husband and always comes home to her. She has no plans for divorce. At number 5, we have Justin Bieber and his apparent mistreatment of his wife Hailey Bieber. It seems like the world is super divided when it comes to this pairing because one half believes Justin is genuinely mean to her and the other feels as if people are looking far too deep into situations and crafting scenarios. Still, there is a reason to believe and deny both claims. A video floating around the internet from Kendall Jenner's 818 Tequila brand party is at the center of the Justin-Hailey debate. In it, Justin is reportedly shouting at Hailey around 2 a.m. and his expressions reportedly strongly suggested anger, stress, and intense vibes overall. It was obviously indicated that Justin was yelling at his wife, but the reason behind it is still unknown. Apparent witnesses who were near or with the star all night tell a much different story though. Some fans soon chimed in to weigh in on the final decision with comments like, "I was right there behind him and he was not yelling at her. He had just gotten off stage at the club and was hyped and had all this adrenaline. They were both smiling and laughing, but of course that's not the part of the video that gets posted. Stop twisting things." Another few said, "It's obvious he's angry, hard to deny there's trouble. The press always trying to make him look bad, and he's making it hard to believe he's a good guy. Imagine how he yells at her when it's not in front of all the cameras." At number 4, we have Olivia Munn and John Mulaney. Reportedly, John cheated on his wife by impregnating Olivia after he allegedly discussed not wanting to have kids in his life. Apparently, a source also called Olivia a pick-me girl. The world just seems to mutually dislike these two together, so it's really not a surprise that they're here. Quite frankly, they've confused the heck out of the public and are constant top spot media outlet cover stories for the wild pregnancy that just turned about all romance fans off. Back in May, a People News drop revealed that the TV host and comedian were an item. A source described their meeting to be in an LA church, but that they actually had awkward interactions in previous years. The insider also stated how Olivia and John were looking to take things slowly. However, their first expected child became news only 4 months afterwards. John extended the news on Seth Meyers' late night show, where John spoke about Olivia in a picture-perfect Disney fairy tale type way. But some fans are just not feeling it, and many netizens are upset with both parties and have expressed their endless reasons why they believe Olivia and John's relationship is just bad news. At number 3, we have reality star Kourtney Kardashian and her partner Travis Baker. Fans have been wanting them to break up ever since they started dating. And it seems that insiders have revealed that Kourtney's kids and ex are also uncomfortable with their romance. Endless media scrutiny has painted Kourtney and Travis as attention seekers who are playing up their PDA for the media. And even though their relationship supposedly started through the connection of getting their kids together to play, Mason, who is active on social media, seems to be super turned off by the lengths the couple have gone through to express their desire for one another. In the beginning, fans saw wholesome content online like hand-holding between the two, before things got weird with suggestive videos like Kourtney sucking on Travis's thumb. From then, and probably long before, people were completely turned off and fake gagging, including Kourtney's kids being grossed out and not supporting their relationship, according to the recent source. Their ACPDA post makes Kardashian fans cringe, and many have questioned the validity of the stars' romance. The two have been described as a showboating opportunity, and Kourtney has been put on blast for supposedly being a hypocrite for exposing her life with Travis after previously removing herself from her family's famous reality show due to her tiredness of sharing her life's details. So while they may seem genuine to very few, most believe their increase in their PDA-packed social media posts is merely a tactic for attention. At number 2, we have the married couple momentarily deemed as the world's worst. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's relationship has been under scrutiny as far back as Jada exposing herself for entangling herself with younger musician August Alsina. Since then, tensions have been increasing, and the two have only picked up more hate speed steam after Will's infamous Chris Rock Oscar slap that resulted in the actor being banned from the show for a decade. According to numerous reports, these two are headed to divorce land, and it won't be pretty once it's finalized. However, despite word-of-the-mouth sayings that they are determined to separate with one of the ugliest divorce proceedings in the history of the entertainment business, Will and Jada themselves have already stated that they have no interest in divorcing. In fact, aside from their constant ups and downs, Jada has deemed their time as one for recovery, and Will has stated that they have no room for separation. Where this gets weird though is that a close friend of the couple made claims that there have been a cloud in the two's relationship for years, and that their current communication is super limited. The state of California also has a law that states Jada will receive approximately $350 million if the two were to ever get divorced. So yes, of course they should break up, but who's the one really benefiting from it here? At number 1, we have Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Any guesses as to why they're a top spot? Well, the public seems extremely over them lately, especially with their latest breakup rumors flying through the Hollywood wind. Despite MGK calling Megan his wife at his latest concert, fans are hoping and pleading for them to just call it quits. Their unconventional romantic ways and blasts of over-informing all the details of their love have been the topic of many fans' conversations, but for a much different reason now. Speculations that they are no longer together are even crazier now that Megan had refrained from posting MGK on her social media, and apparently walked away from the musician leaning in for a kiss on a red carpet, according to some eagle-eyed fans. Many have theorized trouble in their relationship in light of Megan not publicly speaking about MGK since his Life in Pink Hulu documentary. However, MGK is still touring, so their lack of movement may have an actual reason.
At number 10, Eminem and Kim Mathers. When it comes to back and forth celebrity relationship drama, fans can get really tired of it after a while, so that could be the reason why people hated it when Eminem and Kim were together. Rapper Eminem, aka Marshall Mathers, has had a rocky relationship with his ex-wife Kim Scott, and it's sort of been that way since the very beginning. They first met in the late 80s when Marshall was 15 and Kim was 13, and they became pretty dependent of each other from the start. They lived together at his family home and later began a romantic relationship, moving in together and having a daughter. After years of being an on and off again couple, the two got married shortly before Marshall's first major tour. It was then that Kim saw Marshall and their relationship as imperfect, and she started to doubt whether she wanted this type of life for herself. Kim said that after the tour, Marshall got a big ego and he started treating her as someone not worthy of his love and presence because he was a big star. Kim also alleged that her husband had been cheating on her. The rapper's career had a very negative effect on their relationship, and so 2 years after tying the knot, they got divorced. They did get back together again briefly, but that ended again. This drama made a lot of fans' heads spin, so it's no wonder why people have negative things to say about these two. At number 9, Janet Jackson and James DeBarge. Now, I'm not sure if everyone hated this relationship, but there was certainly one person in particular who really did not approve. Janet Jackson experienced her first taste of married life when she was only 18 years old when she married James DeBarge in 1984, but their marriage only lasted about a year. Before getting married, they were pretty good friends, and Janet had been friends with James since she was 13 years old. It seems as though they had been in love for a while, and so they took the first opportunity they had to get married.
Though Janet's father Joe did not approve of the marriage, they went through with it anyway and were together for 15 months. After they split up, there had been a rumor swirling around that alleged that Janet and James had a child, but they gave it up for adoption in order to save their careers and public image after James brought all of this up in 2016. It's never been proven, but it still remains a wild theory. Janet eventually ended up getting their marriage annulled because of James' substance abuse as it began to take a toll on their relationship. I would imagine that Janet's dad also played a role in getting this marriage annulled since he was completely against it in the first place. Now before I carry on talking about why people hate these couples so much, why not leave us a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and while you're at it, maybe even smash that subscribe button to see more videos like this one. At number 8, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. I remember when Selena and Justin were the talk of the town. Everyone was obsessed with their relationship, always asking them questions about their lives together, and news sources were always covering the drama that was going on with them. They started dating in 2011 when they were still teenagers, and from that point they had a rocky time together, which is why years after they've broken up, some fans have grown to hate their relationship because of how toxic it was. Already people were pretty aware of how toxic Selena and Justin's relationship was simply because of how many times they had public breakups and makeups, but in early 2020, Selena came forward to talk more in depth about their relationship and the negativity that she faced. Selena said that she was, quote, a victim of certain mistreatments, saying that what she felt was emotional mistreatment from Justin. She also went on to say that it took her a long time to find strength in her experiences and to shake her, quote, victim mentality. Justin in late 2019 did open up about his actions in past relationships, saying that he became, quote, resentful, disrespectful to women, and angry. Clearly there was a lot of negativity going on, so people really did not like the fact that they were together. At number 7, Tina and Ike Turner. Ike and Tina Turner were a powerhouse couple in the eyes of the media as well as the fans at first, but behind the scenes things were messy and toxic, and once that became publicly known, people started to really hate the relationship. Ike and Tina first met while Tina was still a teenager, and soon they hit it off and started performing together. Soon their duo catapulted them to stardom, bringing them a lot of success, but because they were so close, things got really toxic. They got married in 1962 and stayed together for the following decade, but Tina was living her life in pain. In her book, Tina wrote about how Ike was a toxic partner, saying, quote, he threw hot coffee in my face, giving me third-degree burns. He used my nose as a punching bag so many times that I could taste blood running down my throat when I sang. He broke my jaw. I couldn't remember what it was like to not have a black eye. End quote. Things got so bad that Tina wanted to end her own life, but thankfully she survived her attempt and used her survival as fuel to get the strength to leave Ike and this toxic life behind. After this horrible relationship was exposed, fans started to rethink their support of this relationship completely. At number 6, Mel Gibson and Oksana Grigorova. Mel Gibson is probably one of the most hated people in Hollywood, so it's no surprise that his relationship would be hated too. Mel was in a toxic relationship with his former partner Oksana Grigorova, and so many people hated it. The two had a very messy breakup in 2010, and at this time an audio recording came out that showed Mel yelling at Oksana and saying horrible things to her about her body because he was mad that she allegedly lied to him about getting breast implants. In the recording, Mel was heard saying things like how he hated the way that she looked, claiming that she looked provocative and inappropriate, and even saying that if she were to be taken advantage of, that it would be her fault for looking the way that she did. This was a nasty, swear word ridden rant that honestly no one deserves to hear. If this recording didn't paint enough of a toxic picture, then I don't know what would. This made people hate this relationship even more than before. At number 5, Mike Tyson and Robin Givens. This relationship was pretty controversial at the time and sort of still is because people really don't know whose side that they want to take, but either way it was toxic and hated by a lot of people. Back in the late 80s, Mike Tyson was dating model Robin Givens. Shortly after they started dating, Robin announced that she was pregnant with Mike's child, and so he married her to, quote, do the right thing. Mike had given Robin and her mother $15 million in order to get themselves settled in a nice house, and it seemed like Mike took care of them. But after a few months passed, Mike noticed that Robin's pregnancy wasn't progressing, and that's when she told him that she had actually lost the baby months prior and just didn't tell him. He was hurt by this discovery but still stayed by her side. It wasn't until their famous Barbara Walters interview came out that things really cracked for the couple and got really toxic. The interview was originally supposed to be an exclusive with Mike, but apparently before things got started, Robin had pulled Barbara to the side to tell her that she had some things that she wanted to say, and then proceeded to speak out about how Mike had allegedly been hurting her, saying that she was mistreated in the relationship. They divorced soon after, but people believe that the whole truth wasn't uncovered. Sources say that Robin was manipulating Mike and that things had been toxic because of her, but Mike just let it go. This was all over the place, so a lot of people just don't know what to think of it. At number 4, Axl Rose and Erin Everly. The tumultuous relationship of Axl Rose and Erin Everly is one that was pretty hated after allegations started to come out about what went on behind the scenes. Axl and Erin met in the early days of Axl's career, and soon they became inseparable. Erin became one of the most important people in Axl's life, being the inspiration for the song Sweet Child of Mine, and things looked good on the outside. Despite being a good-looking match on the outside though, they had a tumultuous relationship. Even through all of that though, they still ended up getting married in a Las Vegas ceremony in 1990. According to Erin, Axl actually threatened to harm himself if she didn't marry him, so things were already off to a rocky start. The marriage was annulled in 1991, just 9 months after getting married, and in 94, Erin filed a civil lawsuit against Axl, where she alleged that she was hurt by her then husband. After that information came out, people started to hate the fact that this relationship was praised for so long. At number 3, Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Prince Charles and Princess Diana were once considered one of the most beloved celebrity couples, and the world loved them. Well, they loved Diana, but soon they became hated because of the rumors surrounding Charles's extramarital affairs. Behind closed doors, Diana was sad and neglected by her husband, but no one knew that until later on. She was always second best in Charles's eyes, having never gotten over his infatuation for Camilla Parker Bowles, a woman that he was told he could never have. Diana regretted marrying Charles because she always knew that there would be 3 in the marriage: her, Charles, and Camilla. So when they got divorced, she was finally free, and the people turned on Charles for being so cruel to Diana. So I guess the people didn't necessarily hate the relationship as a whole, just Charles. At number 2, Chris Brown and Rihanna. One of the most toxic relationships out there was that between Chris Brown and Rihanna, and everyone grew to hate it. No one is quick to forget the incident that happened after the pre-Grammys party in 2009. On the night before the Grammy Awards, Chris and Rihanna got into a serious physical altercation which left Rihanna hospitalized from her injuries. Chris was labeled as a monster for what he did that night. A police investigation was conducted. As a result, he was sentenced to 5 years probation and 6 months community service. A lot of people believe that he should have been given a harsher sentence because of how severely he hurt his girlfriend, and he received a lot of hate. People use this as an example to show people that these relationships should not be so praised, and it caused a lot of people to rethink their support. And finally, at number 1, Saweetie and Quavo. No one really acknowledged it until recently, but singer Saweetie and Quavo had a toxic relationship. Shortly after announcing their breakup, footage was leaked which showed the former couple fighting in an elevator. The footage showed the two of them in a physical altercation, showing Saweetie trying to strike Quavo, a suitcase being thrown, Quavo falling on top of his girlfriend, and ending with Saweetie limping away. Though the footage was from a year ago, it gave people a very different perspective on how the relationship was at the time, and fans started to hate the relationship. Both Saweetie and Quavo have said that they've moved on from the incident, but some fans still haven't moved on from this because they don't want to ever see them try and rekindle that toxicity again.